First of all, I would like to say that your questions are amazing. Really.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time in the channel, hit subscribe right now. Christos from Mask of Prospero. Thank you so much for your time today. New album is coming out, and I should say finally. It's been 5 years. I can only imagine that you're quite excited for this album to come out. How is that energy for you right now? Because I know that obviously with everything that happened in the world, you probably wanted to have this album out a couple of years ago. Was this a gift in disguise that you got to work on the album longer, or was this whole thing kind of said and done a while ago and you just had to wait?
Actually, the album finished at 2019, but after that the pandemic came, so we have to hold it. But actually, it was very good that we kept it because we had some time to change some stuff about mixing and mastering, and actually we weren't that satisfied before, but now we had the chance to fix it, and sounded very good. So yeah, we have some years that we were off, but at least the whole album came pretty well.
For all the people that are new to the band, when they put on the album for the first time, they'll get a very good overview in a very short, I think in less than a minute. The first track, Divided, if I remember correctly, throws a lot at us, all the different elements that you guys bring to your music. Was that kind of, really meant to be like, hey, this is going to be our business card, like, hey, this is who we are, no time to waste?
Yeah, actually, we didn't want to, to put an intro on that, or put something that will hesitate the person who listens the album. So I said, all right, this will be the first lyrics on the first song, so no intros, just nothing. That just put on the music, put on the heavy part, and just be in it from the first minute.
Your band can be as fragile and elegant as an Evergrey, but at the same time as aggressive as a Thy Art is Murder. That balance, is that maybe a quick question about that? Is that sometimes indirectly limiting for you, that you find that for a crowd we're too at times experimental and soft for like the deathcore crowd, but then for the progressive metal side we can be maybe a little too heavy at times? Is that sometimes hard to find that balance?
Actually, not that much, because in my opinion, of course, I believe that the people that will hear our music, it's similar to bands like for example North Lane or Architects, because there are bands that they have both, and nowadays music tends to be like that. I mean, it's more experimental than some years before, or there are no genres anymore, let's say, because we tend to mix some stuff, and this happens everywhere nowadays.
Yeah. Does that mean that for you guys, when you are writing, when you are creating, that there are absolutely no lines in the sand, or are there certain areas? Because what you say is true. You guys bring a lot of different styles and you weave them together in quite a nice way. You're not afraid to experiment, but is there still sort of like, this is the blueprint for Mask of Prospero, or is it like, we'll just see where we end up, and if we end up
Yeah.
using a glockenspiel, I'm just saying something, then so be it. What's the mindset of the band?
Actually, we don't have exactly a blueprint, but it's like we have, on the other hand, because okay, for example, when we're writing music, we just put some elements in it, and then we decide. But first of all, we've started with the lyrics and the concept of the album.
Okay.
I believe that this is the most important part for us to write music. So I'm giving the direction of the concept and the album for the album, and then it's like, you know, how we feel at that point, and we put our music exactly like that.
Yeah.
Because we really want to experiment, because, you know, the human feelings are flawless, let's say, and you know, you can do a lot of stuff with that.
And then the overarching themes or human emotions that you guys are channeling here are, there's melancholia, there's nostalgia. The name of the album, you know, Hiraeth, which is a Celtic term really for some of those elements. Where did that inspiration, I mean, as far as I know, you know, all five of you are from Greece, not from, you know, Wales or Ireland or Scotland. Where did that inspiration come from?
First of all, we decided to put Hiraeth as the album name, because we've been searching for a name for quite a long time, but you know, we couldn't find something that it was like, yes, this is it. So when I found that word, I said that, okay, this word describes perfectly what I really want to say in this album, and it was simple after that. But yes, we're all from Greece, and it came very good, because at that time there's been like some really bad stuff. I mean, like family stuff, or some parent died, and that kind of stuff. And we tried to put this emotion with our album title, and it just came out like this.
Although there's a balance across the album, but it kind of feels like the first half of the album is on the heavier side, and with Amal there's more and more, almost like we start with a lot of energy, we kind of like flow more and more into this melancholy, we kind of get lost maybe in the darkness. I don't know, is that just me seeing ghosts, or is the music of the album also telling a story where we start with a lot of aggression or a lot of energy and kind of like fade out a little bit more? Is that just me seeing ghosts, or is there truth to that?
No, actually this is the truth. Yeah, it's like we had a plan, so we put our songs, you know, we wanted to give the heaviest stuff from the beginning.
Okay.
So I don't know, we have heard the album quite a few times, and we said that, okay, the story goes like this, right? And yeah, it was the right thing to do, I believe.
You use the word story a few times. Like, this is the story the album tells. So now that we're thinking, okay, the album's going to come out and you want to, you know, promote this album more and more, you'll play live shows. There's a question I like to ask people that release an album that is telling a story start to finish almost. You will likely not at every show play the full album start to finish in the same order that it is. You've got more songs, older songs you want to play as well, and so on. Is it weird for you if you've like, especially now you basically spent 5 years on this album, perfecting it, to now take that album and go like, okay, we're gonna play live shows, and even though there's a story and it flows this way, we're now going to play that song, then we're going to play that song. We might actually play a song that's later in the album first and stuff like that. Like, what's that like for you as the artist to kind of reshuffle everything?
Actually, for us, we try to, every album to be a story. A whole story. So, I don't know. Actually, we haven't done this before, so it's our first time because it's our first time that we have 2 albums.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not sure about that, but you know what? We actually love all our songs, so I believe it will be okay.
Okay.
But when we're going to do our first live here in Greece to our presentation for Hiraeth, actually believe the album will be played by the start to finish the whole time.
There's no
A lot of elements that influenced the band for this album were not so positive times, as you said. I think that people in the band have had loss to deal with. There's been the global pandemic and conflicts and so on. That is represented on the cover art with basically the image of somebody that is healing from conflict in a way and trying to find balance after conflict. So given that this clearly is top of mind, like what has all the maybe I don't want to ask you to open old wounds, but maybe just more of a forward-looking question. All the conflict you've had to deal with making this album, has that all been to pull the metaphor of the cover art covered in gold and has all of that been fixed, or is there still a lot of things going on?
First of all, I would like to say that your questions are amazing. Really, I mean, and very special.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what? I believe that, of course, there are still open wounds, but you just you're in a situation that you try to heal. So our cover art, it's from a Japanese technique called Kintsugi, if you know that. So you try to fix it, you try to pull yourself together, but let's say that at this point we're just still trying to do that.
Yeah. You're still applying the gold layer to find balance in the future, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So let's talk about the future real quick before we have to wrap it up. You already mentioned you've got the album release show is coming in Greece. There's more planned for you. For everybody watching this interview, what can you share already about your plans for the rest of the year?
First of all, at 11th of February, it will be our first time playing outside Greece. We're going to England to play our first festival in another country, and we really feel amazing about that. After that, we're going to play some shows in Greece, and because we had that album a long time ago. All this time, also we've gathered more stuff so we can create new music, and we're we're in a very good situation that the third album will be very closer than we thought.
Yeah. In other words, it won't take another 5 years before we talk again.
No, for sure.
For album number 3. Well, Christos, again, I want to wish you all the best with the release of this second album and all the fun stuff that you're planning, whether that is your show in Greece or your first UK festival and everything that will follow that. And then, I hope to see, more tour dates announced. And it sounds like
I really want
keep our fingers crossed.
I really want to believe that.
There you go. Christos, thank you so much for your time. My pleasure, my pleasure.
For the interview and for everything.
You're most welcome. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I know it's late as we're talking in Greece, so go and enjoy your Friday night.
It's okay.
And have
Thank you very much for everything, and hope to talk again soon.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.